Whew, ladies and gentlemen, B.I.R, the Bureau of Internal Revenue in the Philippines is not, I repeat, they are not playing about their money. Ladies and gentlemen, none of us are safe. None of us are safe. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let me go ahead and dive a little deeper and give you some context on what the good doc is talking about. But before we start, guys, make sure you drop a like, make sure you subscribe, make sure you notify, do all the good things to make yourself well versed in the good doc's content. Earlier, about a couple months ago, guys, you guys are aware, you guys were made privy, I'm sorry, to the information that B.I.R was trying to crack down on foreign vloggers utilizing their influence to make money while they were on vacation and or spending their time in the Philippines, i.e. they didn't have a problem with it as long as you paid the taxes on it. And if you guys remember back when all of this information was happening, if there was one thing that the good doc said, I told everybody, I said, look, I don't mind it, don't care for it. It's all good. It's going to be what it's going to be. The only thing that I cared about, as long as they remained consistent, i.e., as long as if y'all was going to come after people like myself, y'all do that for your own people. At least be consistent in your ruling. And it looks as though the Philippines is keeping true to their word. Now, there's an article that I came across that I want to share with you guys that I think will ideally give you an idea of what the good doc is talking about in reference to the consistency. All right, on your screen before you now, if you guys can read it. The title of the article via Rappler, it will be listed as a reference article in the description area below. It says, after Jamil YouTube channel closure, B.I.R says income can still be tracked. Now, let me give you some background information because a lot of my foreigner friends may not know who Jamil is. But let me tell you that they were within the top 10 most popular Philippine YouTube channels in the Philippines. All right, this is the couple here. It is a Philippine couple. I think her name is Camille Trinidad. His name is Jazim Lloyd. Their names are in the article, but that's combined. They were the couple known as Jamil. Now, these particular individuals cater to a more younger crowd. That's why I'm pretty sure a lot of my guys probably wouldn't be familiar with them. But they made bank, guys. We're talking about a YouTube channel that boasted over 12 million subscribers plus, and also over 1 billion views. This YouTube channel is officially gone. It is deleted. You cannot search for it. You cannot do anything about it. It is what it is. Maybe, just maybe, you might find people who have made reaction videos to videos that they have done, but the channel officially is deleted. They made reference of that in this article that the channel no longer existed. But let's hear a little bit about how B.I.R can track them based off of their earnings, or to, at least make sure they paid for the amount of revenue that they did earn. All right. So, this article was on the 24th of August. All right. As it reads here, in light of speculation that vlogger couple has signed off of YouTube due to tax fears, the B.I.R, or the Bureau of Internal Revenue, says the paper trail can determine if they paid their dues or not. So, guys, there's a paper trail. YouTube doesn't lie, yo. And I do know that to be true. I don't know how it is in the Philippines. I assume it's somewhat like this, but in the United States, I get a form in the mail that shows how much money I earn through YouTube. So there is definitely documentation on any type of earning that I make, any type of YouTube earning, even though it's peanuts for sure. They tax that shit, and they collect it, and they have access to that information. So basically, no closing of one's YouTube channel does not mean escape from taxes. In an online interview with tax expert Mr. Abrea on Monday, August 23rd, the B.I.R deputy commissioner called on content creators and influencers to register, content creators, more so Filipino content creators and influencers, to register and pay the right taxes. Failure to do so may mean financial penalties or even jail. Guys, I lived in the Philippines, bro. The financial penalties are not that much. Honestly, Not unless they talk about 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, 50,000. Some like $1,000 fines and stuff. Most of that stuff ain't that too dramatic, but ideally, I ain't trying to go to jail for no peanuts, bro. I'll tell you right now, I ain't trying to go to jail for it. But article reads on: closed or open, there is always a way for us to determine how much you have earned, even though you are already off the air. More so to my Filipino vloggers. Again, if you're gonna come after us, come after your own too. Right? That's the only thing I want. All I ever asked for was fairness. If they gonna get it, if we's gotta get it, yo, make sure they do their part too. They live there longer than a lot of us do. Now, I'm not a big fan of people coming in trying to capitalize and cash in on the country. As you guys know, there are a lot of people who have done that. But ideally, if you're gonna have the same rules for us, you got to have it for your own people. That's all I ever wanted to. That's all I ever asked for. Consistency, people. Basically, it reads: the payments being made through your bank account. There's always ways of tracing that one. There is a payer, there is YouTube, there is data, there is a paper trail, which is true. AdSense, or Google AdSense, having an AdSense account that collects all the data in reference to the amount of money that you made. And that money has to be sent somewhere, right? Likely to a bank account. My money, if I make any, if I'm able to make threshold, that is directly sent to my bank account. So they are able to track it. Ideally, it is sent to my bank account in the United States of America, i.e., that means I pay taxes on it in the United States, right? So for me, I have to worry about that on the United States side. But them, they got to worry about it in their own home country. Now, how they're going to come for us foreigners, they've talked about it in brief. We'll get into a little bit of that later on, but I want to make sure I get through this article first, right? Cabrero's remarks come after popular vlogger couple Jamil deleted their YouTube channel just days after the B.I.R. issued Revenue Memorandum Circular number 97 2021. So the B.I.R. issued, now this is about to become at least part of Philippine law in reference to the collection of certain revenues. All right. It compels its offices across the country to probe whether or not social media influencers are paying taxes. Consistency. That's all I could ever ask, man. That is all I could ever ask. Jamil had over 12 million YouTube subscribers before the pair decided to shut their channel down. The channel featured their day-to-day vlogs, video pranks, new home, and other business ventures. These little sons of bitches was rich, okay? This young influencer couple, I'm not going to cap, they're rich. They got money. They got hella money, and they made a lot of their money on YouTube. They got endorsements, and subsequently their channel just grew, and then a lot of people followed them. And I'm not going to say they were a good or a bad channel. That's not for me to decide. They had a lot of people, and they had a lot of influence, all right? Millions and millions of people tuned in whenever they put out videos. So they did make a lot of money. Like I said, they had over 1 billion views on their video at the time of their deletion, okay? 1 billion with a B views. Some of the couple's followers speculated that they decided to go offline due to the B.I.R.'s memo. Some people, well, actually, in fairness, let me say, they were a couple that publicly had some issues. They were going through it. They're a young couple, man. I mean, in their early 20s, maybe? I can't remember, but they're a young group of kids. You know how them young kids are, man. I don't like you 1 minute. I want to smash you the next. You know how it is. This generation all fucked up, and they're a part of that generation. So ideally, they had a public disagreement, I want to say, and as a result, their fans had to be a part of it. So they said they deleted their channel because they wanted to focus on their relationship as opposed to just making videos and stuff like that. And ideally, they ended up on Raffi Tofel. They had an episode on Raffi Tofel. As it reads here, Jamil, however, said in the tweet that they were choosing their relationship over their channel in reference to the past personal problems that culminated in the couple's appearance on Raffi Tofel. You guys can check that episode out. I still believe it's still up. It is in the Philippine native tongue. So if you don't have a translator or you don't have anything that works with you, it could be hard to keep up. But ideally, I guess that'll explain their relationship issues as to the reason why their channel closed. But again, you close your channel, still don't mean we can't come get that money. But again, I have to admit, just me, foreign on the outside looking in, damn sure convenient, is it not? Is it not convenient that you opted to close your channel down once this circulation by B.I.R, this circulation memorandum 97/20/21 came out? Just seems a bit, timing is just a bit interesting. But hey, man, they made bank, bro. They have made some serious, serious cash. I don't think they need YouTube anymore. YouTube was what launched their careers. I'm pretty sure they got a whole bunch of other things going on as well. Okay. They have yet to address speculation on potential tax evasion, and they probably will not. The B.I.R has not released names of influencers who are not paying taxes, but said it received reports that some are pocketing millions of pesos without deductions. So they know that these influencers out there are making money. I'm gonna tell you a quick story real quick after I finish though. What influencers should do: if individuals have full-time jobs and are only doing vlogging as a side hustle, they said these people should register as mixed income earners. The tax identification number acquired from employment will be the same number that the individual used upon classification of switch. Blah blah blah. If individuals earn 250,000 or less annually, they are exempted from paying taxes, but registration must be done. And that was emphasized. So if they make less than $5,000 a year, these influencers are pocketing that probably per promotion, but we're not going to get into that. All right. What happens if brands give individuals items instead of cash? Cabrera said the B.I.R would base tax deductions on the value of the item. See, first of all, I don't know how they're going to be able to keep up with that. That's a bit of a stretch. I can receive gifts all day long. How do you know specifically that the gift that I received was not just a gift from the kindness of somebody's heart, as opposed to it being something that you guys are going to itemize or tax deduct? That's the one little iffy thing about this particular rule or this memorandum that they're circulating in reference to the B.I.R. How is it that y'all are going to be able to determine what was just a gift and what was a gift given to me because of my work that I did for this person? Maybe they just wanted to give me a gift as a thank you. That's a gift as a thank you, not for the work that I did, right? That's the one thing, like, because I remember a long time ago, maybe you guys don't remember this one. And again, this would probably not affect you if you guys weren't in the Philippines, but a long time ago, they were trying to put tax implications on items that were traded, not sold, but items that were traded on the Facebook marketplace in the Philippines. I.e., if I had a potted plant and you were going to trade your potted plant for my pair of shoes, and all we did was switch it because in our eyes that was equivalent value and no money or anything exchanged hands, they were going to actually try to taxes on stuff like that. So it's crazy. It is. It's bugging. They were going to try to tax. They were going to tax things that were sold and traded on Facebook Marketplace. That was something that I don't think they really did anything with, because again, that's just a logistical nightmare to try to figure out what was really sold, what was traded, what was just given away for free, and all that stuff. So they were going to try that, and I kind of feel like the same effect is happening right now. You really can't. It's going to be hard for you to tax something non-cashable and things that you can't trace, right? If you can't trace it, you can't tax it. If you can get the receipts for it, then you can tax it. But how are you going to get a receipt from items that were given in kind or items that were given in value? But like I said, that's pretty much something that the B.I.R is going to have to figure out on their own. That is the story, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. If I told you guys one thing, I believe in consistency. As long as you're consistent, I'll never have an issue. And I'm glad that they are coming after their own. That's it. I mean, like I said, if I have to pay my taxes, I doubt that I'll ever, well, I can't say I doubt it, but right now I don't see myself being in a position where I'm going to be in violation of my time spent in the country in reference to vlogging and doing what I do for fun, all right? Because I'm taxed for, my AdSense and stuff like that in the United States. Like if I do get super chats and stuff like that, it all shows up and I pay my stuff in the United States. Period. That's it. Just pay for it in the States. There's nothing really about what I do that should have any problem with my time in the Philippines if I am there. I think, like I said, for us vloggers, the only thing that would really be an issue for us is how can I say this? is anything that, you know, where we're getting paid, not necessarily under the table, but we're doing affiliate marketing, affiliate links and stuff like that, and we're having certain things in our videos that are attached to our YouTube Philippine vlogging content, things that are attached to us in that regard, and trying to make a profit off of those particular items. But again, if I told you one thing, I'll say it again. All Doc ever wants is consistency. If y'all gonna come for us, at least do it for your own people, right? Because as long as you guys are regulating this stuff and getting your taxes in, maybe you can actually boost your income for the economy. All right. And like I said, I want the Philippines economy to do well. I do. I want it to. But again, got to be consistent across the board. You want me to pay as a foreigner? Just make sure you get your social media influencers on board too. Because a lot of people are probably going to like jump ship a little bit. You know, I'm kind of feeling as though you might see a lot of switching and a lot of wordplay and a lot of let's get my lawyers involved to see where I can get my tax loopholes. Ideally, that's what you would do as an influencer. If you're a business owner of any kind, you definitely want to find a way to figure out where you can save money. Let me tell you a story. As many of you guys know, maybe you don't know, I used to own a business in the Philippines. Was it a business that was in my name? No. What did I do? I sold cosmetics, more specifically, Ever Belena Cosmetics. If you guys watched one of my prior videos, I even showed you guys where the store was. It was the virtual tour of Davao City. I showed you the location of my actual store before we actually sold it. Now, I paid taxes. Well, actually, it was in my girlfriend's name. So my girlfriend paid taxes, right? So I think the most I paid in taxes on everything I love, and we did pretty well. After deductions, after taking away certain things, the receipts that you were able to keep to show that you can deduct it, I think the most I ever paid in a year was 110 pesos. That was the most. The least I ever paid, and I owe my accountant everything, 17 pesos. Let me say that one more time. 17 pesos, bro. Only in one calendar year, after calculating all of the revenue earned, all of the itemized deductions that I could bring into it and everything I could do, I paid 17 pesos. I gave baby girl a 20 and told her keep the change, bruh, and walked out because we could pay it through we could pay it through the bank, right? In the Philippines. I paid it through RCBC Bank. I walked right up in there, gave baby girl a 20, filled out my little information on what I was paying for. I said, baby girl, take it and keep the change, and I walked out. So ideally, if you know how to work it, if you know people who know how to work it, trust me, you won't be paying whatever you would pay as an influencer cost. Because again, everything can be utilized as a write-off. As long as it is within the tax law, like my man Mike says, as long as it's within the tax laws, there's always a way around things. But social media influencer, Doc is not. I'm just a guy who enjoys making YouTube videos and bringing the information as it comes to me to deliver to you. And with that being said, man, the good Doc is officially out. If you guys enjoyed this video, drop a like. I'd highly appreciate it. If you want to show some thanks in any capacity, there's a little heart in the corner that you can click the thank you button. Like I said, you can put in as low as $2, man. Go cost you but $2 if you want to say, Doc, you know what? I fucks with your content, little homie. You do all right. Do good work, homie. If you want to support, man, you already know how to do it, but I appreciate you guys locking in. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your effort. Again, foreign vloggers, this is your FYI. Anybody looking to get into vlogging, this is your FYI. All right? Y'all make sure y'all stay blessed. Y'all make sure y'all stay true. This has been a good doc. And with that being said, good doc is officially out. I at least not go pa alam, which means I am going now. Bye-bye. As always, love you guys. Sincerely do. Mahal kita. Mabuhay. Peace.